It will be alright.
Good morning, Lymanshire. Today is Thursday, February 10th, and I am not Steve. My name is Brian, and I'll be filling in for Steve today as he has a busy day ahead of him, which started at 5 this morning. Now, because I'm on Steve's channel, and he's a productive person, and because I finished a month of daily vlogging back in January, I thought it'd be cool to talk about motivation today. I'm well aware that Steve posted an advice video on productivity a couple weeks ago, but I think that there's a difference between being productive and getting the inspiration to get started in the first place. I'm a big word person, so before I make a video on a topic, I like to figure out what that word actually means. Motivation boils down to motive, and a motive is a goal behind a person's actions. Before you start being productive, you must first assess what's motivating you to do that in the first place. It's a tired old question, and one that's pretty difficult to answer as well, but I think a good starting point is asking yourself, why did I get out of bed this morning? For me, I usually think about all the things that I need to do in that day, and how once I get out, I can accomplish all those things, and then once they're all done, I can go back to bed at night. So my motivation stems from the fact that I will not have restful sleep the next night unless I'm able to accomplish all the things that I have to do for that one given day. And of course, my punishment for not achieving these goals is a restless night of sleep, which just isn't fun. If you figure out what your motives are, you'll be able to have a clearer guideline on why you do the things you do. Of course, there's always that ultimate goal or that ultimate destination, but everything leading up to that can affect the outcomes of the goal when you finally reach it. Motivation for me often falls short when I'm feeling overwhelmed or when I'm feeling the overwhelming need to procrastinate, which makes it a difficult concept to those who are prone to overwhelming feelings or prone to overwhelming feelings of procrastination. And while I've said before that procrastination can sometimes be a good thing as you need it to relieve stress, I, like Steve, believe it's imperative to know how long you're procrastinating and how often you're doing it. Maybe try making one of your motives your desire to overcome procrastination. I know sometimes it feels like everything is just happening at once and there's nothing that's going to be different than this one horrible day. And I mean, I know this first person because it happened to me yesterday. Throughout the day I had the mentality that everything was working against me and that everything was opposing me. However, what motivated me to get through the day, despite Murphy's Law kicking in, was the fact that not every single thing was going wrong. So I could say that my motive throughout the day was to get to the point where I could reflect on the day and not be living in the moment of it. Remember the ancient wise words, "This too shall pass." Although I might not say this in my head every time I need motivation, I think I say something quite similar. There will be a time in which whatever current thoughts you're thinking about, the imminent situations through which you must go, will be memories of the past and of former and harder times. You should also know that you're not a slave to your situations. You're the one creating them. So, if anything, let the fact that you can and will overcome something motivate you to keep doing it. As challenging as it might seem at the current time, the reward for satisfying that motive will feel greater than the struggle that it caused you. Now, Lymanshire, make sure that you go down to the post box and check out all the entries for the comedy sketch competition of the Fizzy Olympics, and make sure to leave us a comment about what your favorite entry is for the People's Choice Award. Lastly, there's this thing I do when I guest star on people's channels, and I like to bring something literal with me, so... literal soapbox!